High sex drive people, living in a dead bedroom, why do you stay? My husband has battled a terminal disease for the last 2 years. Bedroom has been dead that long and it's okay. I'm not going to step out on someone who is dying. Because I love the person I'm with more than the sex. It's very tough to be honest. But I love her so I'd never leave. But I wouldn't understate how much I miss it. Happened when I was younger and I thought it would eventually get better. My wife has schizophrenia and is very sick. So over the past several years, I have learned that sex isn't nearly important as it seems. Which isn't something I would have ever thought when young. Sure, I may never have sex again, but am willing to sacrifice that for her. Kids, money, lives heavily intertwined. For the best edging of my life, of course. Because I am in a much better position in my life than I would be single. The sex isn't the end of my life. We had a conversation, and she said she's insecure because she thinks I will go see other girls. I was like, I'm lucky I have you. I'm too lazy to even think about it, and because I love her more than anything, her smile, her laugh, her being her. I love him, but it would be a lie to say I am okay with it. I really miss having sex. Respect and empathy for my best friend. I'm not willing to lose the mother of my children and the person I cherish most in the world. Especially not for sexual urge that she cannot meet at the moment. That wouldn't be empathetic at all to her body, feelings. Person in my marriage isn't about that. It's many layers deeper. This person knows the real me. 20 years ago me. There's not many people left that share that with me because I am not the same person. That's something we share that no one else can give me. I wanted to save my crumbling marriage at 31 years old. Couples counseling, communication coaching, scheduling sex, intimacy coaching. In the end I realized what I was trying to save was my memory of falling in love. That was what our marriage had become. Our relationship was transactional. I loved the memory of who we were before marriage. I realized I didn't love her in the way a married man should love his wife, and she didn't love me the way I wished she would. Not a euphemism. Legit romantic love. I asked for a divorce and she acquiesced. She was bitter and made the fallout ridiculous. I mourned. I grieved. I grew. We had way more issues than simple mismatched libido, which I realized in therapy after the divorce. I remarried a few years later to someone who matched my libido, and on all counts was better for me mentally and emotionally. We are very happy, and have enriched each other's lives in all the ways I had imagined married life being. My spouse is an amazing partner. There is no one better than him. Because I love my wife. We have had several sexual struggles since the birth of our daughter, but you know what? There are worse things than being without sex. We still do it probably once or twice a month, and that's a huge step back from the 3-5 times per week pre-birth, but it's okay. I understand that her body has gone through extreme changes to bring our daughter into this world, and I understand that her mental health is still recovering as well. To abandon her because we don't have sex as much as we used to would be cruel and unfair. I'm happy with how things are. My wife, my daughter, and myself living under the same roof and trying our goddamnedest to make it work. To hell with the sex, I have what I truly want. I love her more than quite literally anything else in the world. Sex is so unimportant to me in the grand scheme of building a life and love with someone. There is nothing more that I want than to get to spend the rest of my life with her, being loved by and loving her. Making her feel safe, comfortable, and loved. Creating joy and happiness. None of it, for me, requires sexual intimacy. There are ways of being physically intimate that I enjoy deeply that aren't sexual, so I don't see it as staying, I see it as my relationship. And the love I have for this person is deeper and beyond a physical impulse I can easily satisfy on my own. I don't crave or need more than what I can do for myself. That's just me. My first marriage lacked sexual attraction, and I was honestly afraid of falling in love with someone else. I stayed for 17 years, but it took a toll on us. I was faithful, but it came with a cost. There are some people who can conceive of a partnership without enough sex, but that doesn't work for everyone. I'm remarried now with still less sex than I'd like, but it's a better balance. And it's a much safer bet for long-term connection and partnership because she knows about my sex drive and we try to meet in the middle. Both partners of a marriage have to address the needs of the team. Women or men who don't take their partner's needs seriously are the first to be unfaithful to their vows. I made it 11 years before stepping out. I stayed because I believed in marriage and didn't want to pressure him since he told me pressure is a turn-off. Being rejected that much, especially in lingerie and on 2-week-long vacations, is incredibly demoralizing. I wish I had not started talking to someone else, but at least now I don't have to ask for sex for Christmas anymore. Because we are in a low-conflict marriage, which means it would be more harmful for our almost 3-year-old if we split than if we stayed together, so we co-parent and pretend. Because when I'm 80 I'm not going to care if she puts out. I'm going to care that she's beside me watching crappy daytime television until we die. That's true love. Dead bedroom and long dead marriage. I can't afford to fairly buy her out. So we're basically roommates with the same kids.